If you're between the ages of 65 and 80, and you can still do the things we're about to talk about, then you're not just aging well, you're doing better than most people your age, and maybe even better than many younger than you. That might surprise you, because we've been told for years that aging means decline, that growing older means becoming slower, weaker, more forgetful, and more dependent. But that's not the full story, not by a long shot. What if I told you that your body, your mind, and your daily routines are quietly telling you something about your future? That there are small, simple actions you might be doing right now that actually reveal how well you're aging, how healthy your heart and brain still are, and even how many more strong, independent years might be ahead of you. The truth is, longevity isn't just about good genes or luck. It's about movement. It's about strength. It's about memory, energy, and the quiet confidence that comes from doing ordinary things with ease. And today we're going to look at 8 subtle but powerful signs that you are not just surviving, you're thriving. These aren't about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. They're about simple, everyday things. Things like how you walk, how you sleep, and how easily you get up from a chair. Some of these signs may surprise you. One of them most people never think about, and yet it might be the most important of all. So stay with me to the end, and as you listen, ask yourself, how many of these can I still do? Because the answer might reveal that you're aging better than you ever imagined. You might not think much about how you get out of a chair, but this one simple motion, rising to your feet without using your hands, says more about your health than you realize. Go ahead and try it now. Sit in a chair with your arms resting gently at your sides, then stand up. No pushing off, no grabbing the armrest, just your legs doing the work. If you can do that smoothly without strain or wobble, that's not just a sign of strength, it's a sign of independence. You see, your legs aren't just for walking, they're your foundation. They support your spine, your balance, your posture, even your blood flow. But as we age, the muscles in our legs, especially the thighs and hips, begin to weaken faster than other parts of the body. It's quiet at first, barely noticeable, until suddenly, everyday tasks like rising from a seat feel harder. But here's the good news. The strength in your legs is one of the most rebuildable types of strength at any age. I remember a gentleman named Harold. He was 77, sharp as ever, but he started noticing something odd. After sitting to watch the news, he needed to rock forward and push with his hands just to stand up. It bothered him. Not physically at first, but mentally. It was a small signal that something was slipping. So he made a small promise to himself. Every morning, before breakfast, he would do 5 seated leg lifts and 10 slow squats, just enough to remind his muscles that he still needed them. And within a month, he wasn't just standing more easily, he was walking more confidently, climbing stairs, even helping his neighbor carry groceries again. That's the power of paying attention to the little signs, because if your legs are strong enough to lift you without help, they're strong enough to carry you through many more good years ahead. And if they're not there yet, don't worry, they can be. One step, one squat, one stand-up at a time. Now think about how you walk, not just if you can, but how you move. Can you walk at a brisk pace for a few minutes without needing to stop and catch your breath? Do your arms swing naturally? Does your stride feel smooth and steady? If the answer is yes, that's not just good news. That's remarkable. Walking quickly without effort is one of the strongest indicators of how well your heart, lungs, and muscles are working together. In fact, studies show that walking speed in older adults can predict everything from cognitive health to lifespan. And here's the kicker: it's often a better predictor than blood pressure, cholesterol, or even weight. Because when you walk with ease, it means your heart is pumping efficiently, your lungs are supplying enough oxygen, and your muscles are still strong enough to carry you with purpose. But here's what many people don't realize. The body doesn't lose the ability to walk fast overnight. It fades slowly, until one day, the walk to the mailbox feels longer, the grocery store feels farther, and the stairs you used to ignore start looking like a challenge. That's what happened to William. At 74, he still walked every morning, but one day he noticed something. He wasn't finishing his usual route. He was slowing down, his breathing was heavier. He blamed the weather, then his shoes, then just one of those days. But deep down, he knew his pace had changed. So he tried something simple, timing himself. He began walking the same route but aimed to beat his time by just 30 seconds each week. No pressure, no perfection, just progress. And the result? His energy returned, his posture improved, his breathing became easier. He started walking not just faster, but with pride. Because walking isn't just about exercise, it's about freedom. When you can move confidently from one place to another, you're still writing your story on your own terms. So the next time you head out for a walk, ask yourself, am I walking with strength? Am I moving with energy? Because if you are, your body is telling you something powerful. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. Let's try something simple right now. Stand near a wall or chair. Lift one foot just a few inches off the ground and count to 10. Can you do it without wobbling, grabbing for support, or losing your balance? If so, that one small act tells a bigger story than you might imagine. The ability to balance on one foot, even just for 10 seconds, is a powerful sign of how well your body is aging. Because balance isn't just about strength. It's about coordination, reflexes, and the deep connection between your muscles, nerves, and brain. As we age, balance is often the first thing we lose, quietly. One missed step, one awkward turn, one brief moment of instability, and suddenly our world feels less certain. But here's the good news. Balance is also one of the most trainable skills, if you catch it in time. Think of Frank. At 76, he was still gardening, walking every day, and enjoying his routines. But one morning, while putting on his socks, he nearly tipped over. Just one foot off the ground, and his body wavered. That moment, it stuck with him. He didn't fall, he didn't get hurt, but something felt off. So he made a quiet decision to reclaim his balance. Every morning he practiced simple exercises, heel raises, side leg lifts, gentle one-foot stands while brushing his teeth. Within weeks, his steadiness returned. More importantly, so did his confidence. Why does this matter? Because falls are the #1 cause of injury, hospital visits for older adults. But balance isn't just about preventing falls. It's about walking freely, moving without fear, and holding on to independence. When you can balance, you can trust your body again. You can dance with your grandchildren, reach that top shelf, walk across uneven ground without hesitation, and perhaps most importantly, you can live with the quiet certainty that your body still listens when you tell it where to go. So if you can still stand on one foot for 10 seconds, celebrate it. And if you can't, don't worry. Balance is not lost forever. It's a skill you can rebuild. Slowly, gently, purposefully. Because with every steady step, every stable stand, you're not just proving you're healthy. You're proving you're still in control. Now let's imagine a simple moment. You drop something on the floor, a sock, a book, maybe your glasses. Can you kneel down, reach it, and rise again without help? If you can, you're doing better than most, because this basic act, getting down to the floor and standing back up, is one of the strongest signs of real, lasting mobility. Why does it matter so much? Because it reflects something deeper than muscle or strength. It shows that your body still moves as a complete system, that your legs, back, hips, and core are still working together, supporting you with grace, not just grit. For many adults between 65 and 80, this is the skill that quietly slips away without notice, until one day it's gone. Just ask Joseph. At 78, he was still active and independent, but one day his grandson asked him to sit on the floor and play a board game. Joseph hesitated, not because he didn't want to, but because he wasn't sure he could get back up without help. That pause, that little moment of doubt, it sparked a change. He began working on his mobility, light kneeling, gentle squats, practicing rising from a soft mat. No gym, no fancy routine, just his body learning to move again with trust. Within a few weeks, he regained confidence. He could get down and up again without fear and with freedom. That's the key word here, freedom. When you can get to the floor and rise again, it means more than flexibility. It means you're still in control of your environment. You don't need to avoid low chairs or skip time on the carpet with your grandkids. You don't have to fear the floor, because you know you can meet it and rise from it. Try this for yourself today. Find a safe space near a chair or couch. Slowly lower yourself to the floor. Pause, and then try getting back up using just your legs. No pulling, no rushing, just steady effort. If you can do that, it's a remarkable sign of strength, balance, and coordinated aging. And if you can't, that's okay too. Like balance, this is a skill you can rebuild with time, patience, and care. Because when your body can rise from the ground without fear or strain, you're not just physically capable, you're living with quiet, powerful resilience. And that's a kind of strength the world can't measure, but you'll feel every single day. Let's talk about something that happens in almost every home, every week. Carrying a bag of groceries. It sounds simple, but this one act can quietly reveal how well your body is aging. If you can still lift a full grocery bag, not just carry it, but carry it without struggle, without needing to stop midway or ask for help, you're holding on to one of the most important signs of independence and vitality. And this isn't just about biceps or how many pounds you can lift. It's about total body strength. Your arms, yes, but also your shoulders, your back, your grip, and especially your core, the powerhouse that keeps your body upright, balanced, and moving. Let's take Richard, for example. At 75, he always prided himself on being the one-trip kind of man, all the bags in one go. But lately, he started splitting the trip. Then he started asking his neighbor for help. He didn't feel weak, just a bit more tired than usual. At first, he chalked it up to aging, but something in him wanted more. So Richard started doing just a few strength-building movements at home, light shoulder presses with water bottles, grip squeezes with a tennis ball, gentle core twists from a seated position. And week by week, it came back, his energy, his confidence, his strength. The truth is, grip strength alone is one of the most accurate predictors of long-term health and lifespan. It's even more predictive than blood pressure in some studies. Why? Because it's connected to everything: your muscle mass, your heart health, your nervous system, your resilience. If you can still carry life's daily loads, laundry baskets, grocery bags, garden tools, it means your systems are working in harmony. So the next time you're carrying something from the car, notice how it feels. Are you steady on your feet? Are your shoulders strong? Can you carry the weight without needing to shift or stop? If yes, celebrate that, because it means your body is still showing up for you in the most important ways. And if it feels harder than it used to, good news. You can build it back. You don't need heavy weights or a gym. You just need a little consistency. Because every time you carry something without struggle, you're not just holding groceries, you're holding on to freedom. Stairs. We see them everywhere, at home, in stores, at the doctor's office, and for many people over 65, they become something to avoid. But if you can still climb a full flight of stairs without needing to stop or catch your breath, your body is telling you something very important. Your heart, your lungs, and your legs are still working together in powerful harmony. Why is that such a big deal? Because stairs are one of the most natural yet challenging tests of cardiovascular health. Unlike walking on flat ground, climbing stairs forces your heart to beat stronger, your lungs to pull in more oxygen, and your legs to push harder with every step. If there's any weakness in the system, you'll feel it fast, in the form of shortness of breath, burning legs, or a racing heart. Now think back to the last time you took the stairs. Was it smooth and steady? Or did you pause halfway, hand gripping the railing, chest rising and falling too fast? Let me tell you about George. He's 73, always took pride in using the stairs instead of the elevator. But one day, after just one flight, he was winded. That was new. Instead of avoiding it, George got curious. He started doing short walks again, just 10 minutes a day. He added light stair practice, just one extra step at a time. In a few weeks, that single flight didn't scare him anymore. He could breathe. He felt stronger, more in control. Stair climbing is like a daily heart check-in. If your body can handle it, chances are your heart is still strong, your lungs still resilient, and your legs still have power. Here's a simple test. The next time you face a set of stairs, time yourself. Not to race, but to observe. Can you climb them without pausing? Can you still talk at the top? If yes, that's a huge win. It means you're aging with endurance. And if not, that's okay too. Because the beauty of the human body, even in our 70s and 80s, is that it responds to effort. Every small walk, every gentle climb, every deep breath, they build your strength back, little by little. So keep using the stairs. Don't let them become a symbol of what's slipping. Let them become a celebration of what's still strong. Every step is not just movement, it's proof you're still climbing, still living, still thriving. Now let's talk about something you can't see in the mirror, but it shows up in every conversation, every decision, every smile of recognition. Your memory. If you're between 65 and 80, and you can still recall names, follow conversations, remember what you had for breakfast, or where you placed your keys, that's not just good fortune. That's a powerful sign that your brain is still thriving, and that means you're aging far better than most. You see, memory isn't only about remembering the past, it's about staying present. It's your connection to the world, your independence, your ability to manage daily life with clarity and confidence. And yet, we often overlook this ability until it begins to fade. Meet Paul, age 79. He reads every morning, plays chess twice a week, and insists on learning something new every month, whether it's a word in another language or a simple puzzle strategy. He's not doing this to impress anyone. He's doing it because he knows the truth. The brain, like a muscle, stays strong with use. And when you challenge it, when you stay mentally curious, it rewards you with sharpness, resilience, and peace of mind. Contrast that with someone who stops engaging, who lets routines turn into ruts. The world gets smaller, memory starts slipping, and with it, confidence begins to crumble. But it doesn't have to be that way. If you're still remembering stories from last week, if you can follow a conversation without losing track, if you're learning, laughing, and reflecting clearly, you are holding on to one of the most valuable forms of health there is. And even if your memory isn't as sharp as it used to be, you can nurture it. Every book you read, every new recipe you try, every walk where you observe the world around you, that's brain care. Do puzzles, talk with people, keep a journal, watch something that challenges your thinking. The key isn't perfection, it's engagement. Keep your mind alive by keeping it active. Because memory is more than facts, it's the joy of remembering your granddaughter's name, the peace of knowing where your medications are, the pride of sharing your story with someone who's never heard it before. So if your mind is still clear and your memory strong, you're not just lucky, you're alive in the richest, truest sense of the word. And that is one of the most beautiful signs of a life still fully lived. Now let's take a quiet moment to talk about something simple. The way you wake up in the morning. If you're between 65 and 80 and you still open your eyes feeling rested, alert, and ready to start the day, that's not just a gift. That's a powerful signal from your body that it's healing, restoring, and functioning well from the inside out. Sleep, my friend, is not just rest, it's repair. It's when your heart gets a break, your brain resets, your cells renew, and yet, as we grow older, good sleep becomes one of the hardest things to hold on to. Many people wake up tired, toss and turn, or lie awake at 3 a.m., wondering why their body won't cooperate. But when you can still sleep deeply, naturally, without medication or disruption, it means your hormones are in balance. Your nervous system is calm, your immune system is recharging, and your brain? It's doing deep cleanup, the kind of restoration that keeps your mind sharp and your mood stable. Think about Roger. He's 74. Not long ago, he was waking up groggy, frustrated, dragging through the day. He blamed age, but then he started paying attention. He cut caffeine after lunch. He dimmed the lights in the evening. He swapped late-night TV for a warm shower and soft music. Within weeks, everything changed. He started waking up naturally, no alarm clock, no foggy head, just clarity, just calm, just energy. That's the magic of good sleep. And no, it doesn't come from sleeping longer, it comes from sleeping better. So ask yourself, when you wake up, do you feel like you've slept, or do you feel like you've just survived the night? If your answer is, I wake up with energy, with clarity, with a sense of readiness, you're holding on to something rare, something that gives you the strength to live each day with focus and purpose. And if sleep has been a struggle lately, don't give up on it. Your body still knows how to rest. You just have to clear the way. Create a peaceful bedtime routine. Keep your room cool and dark. Go to bed at the same time every night. Your brain loves rhythm, because when you wake up well, you live well. And waking up with energy at any age is one of the most beautiful signs that you're still thriving, not just surviving, but truly, powerfully alive. Take a quiet moment now and think back through each of the signs we've just walked through. Can you still rise from a chair without using your hands? Walk briskly without losing your breath? Balance on one foot, climb stairs, carry groceries, get up from the floor? Can you remember yesterday's conversations and wake each morning feeling genuinely rested? If you answered yes to several of these, I want you to understand something deeply. You are not just aging well. You are aging powerfully. You're holding on to strength, balance, independence, and clarity, the real cornerstones of a long, fulfilling life. Not because of luck, but because of the little choices you've made over the years. The walks you took when it was easier to sit, the water you drank, the rest you prioritized, the mindset you protected. Many people believe aging means decline, that past a certain age it's all downhill, but that's not the truth. The truth is, your body, your mind, your spirit, they are still listening to how you live. They're still responding. They're still capable of healing, rebuilding, and adapting. Even now, even at 70, even at 80, and if there were signs today that you haven't yet mastered, that's not a failure. That's a signal, a gentle nudge, a place to begin. Because no matter where you are, there's always a next step. You can strengthen your legs, rebuild your balance, retrain your stamina, sharpen your memory, improve your sleep. These are not fixed traits, they're living skills, and you can start today. So here's your question. Which one will you choose to work on first? Leave a comment below. Share the sign that spoke to you most, and the one small step you'll take this week. You never know who you'll inspire just by sharing your story. And if this video helped you, like it, share it, and subscribe. We're here every week with simple, powerful tools to help you live not just longer, but stronger. Your best years aren't behind you. They're still unfolding. Let's keep walking forward together.